I guess the reason why you click on this video is because you want to find out what equipment and what supplies you need to start making the candles. Then you knock to the right doors. In today's video, I want to tell you what supplies I got at the beginning of my candle making journey and how I upgraded over the time. Let's dig in. So let's talk about the equipment first. And on the most basic level, you will need your pouring jug and some pot to melt your wax. This method is called double boiler, and you're putting the wax inside the pouring jug, you're putting some water into the pot, you're heating it up, you're melting your wax. As simple as that. Then you can upgrade from the double boiler method to the wax melter. This thing will allow you to melt a lot of wax at once, and that's very handy if you, for example, want to sell your candles, because you can make more candles in less time. Once we have that out of the way, we will also need a kitchen scale, because we'll have to measure the exact amount of fragrance oil, we'll need to measure the exact amount of wax, so we can't get away without that. You will also need wick centering tools, because we need our wick to be centered. Absolute basic and essential will also be the temperature control, and what I mean by that is obviously thermometer. I like this one because it's digital, first of all, so I can just put it on, and then it got two probes that I can put, for example, one into my wax melter, second into my pouring jug, and then I can see exactly when I have the melting temperature in my wax melter and when I'm on my pouring temperature in my dispenser. And pretty much that's it if we're talking about equipment. Obviously we'll need like spoon to mix wax with the fragrance oil, but that's less of the problem. And I already forgot to tell you about this thing. This is just simple kitchen dispenser, but it's so handy to fill up your candles with the wax. And that was my upgrade from the pouring jug, because it's just so much handier. You don't have splashes, you have better control over how much wax you're putting into the vessel, so highly recommended. So now we can talk about the essential supplies to make the candle. And obviously the first one will be a wax. And there is so many waxes out there that it's topic for another video. You have paraffin wax, you have soy wax, you have vegetable wax, you have coconut wax, you have bee wax. The one I'm using, it's called Parasoy. I really like it. However, there is one problem with it, that it is notorious for making air bubbles and cavities inside the candle. But I have a video about dealing with this issue as well, so right after this video you are welcome to check it out. Once we have our wax selected, we need to select our fragrance oil or essential oil, and there is big selection out there. Topic for another video again. What you need to make sure is that your fragrance oil or essential oil is made to be used in candles, because if it is not recommended and certified for that, when we're gonna burn our candle, we can actually create the toxic fumes, and that's not what we really want to do. With the wax and fragrance oil out of the way, we can talk about the vessel next. And I really like those vessels. However, you can also use the tins or concrete vessels. It's entirely up to you. Depending of the wax and the container that we're gonna use, we're gonna choose the wick, because there are different wicks for different waxes and different containers. And you gonna find the information which wick is recommended in the data from your supplier, which wick should to go with which wax, and the size of the wick will be determined by the container diameter itself. If we want our candle to be in some fancy colors, we also need a dye. So you have big selection out there. You have some powder dyes, you have some liquid dyes, and I more like the liquid dyes. However, just try both of them and see which one you like more. To put the wick inside the vessel, we'll need one of those. That's just the sticky thing, that's definitely not how they called. And we just put them on the bottom of the wick and in the center of the vessel. And pretty much that's it in the matter of our supplies. And the last but most important part of your inventory in candle making process will be your knowledge. So for that, I invite you to check out the other videos from my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I try to keep it as short as possible without meaningless bubbles, and I will see you in another episode. Thanks for watching.